My name is Ruud van der Heyde. I'm a Dutch producer. I have a long history of being line producer for also basically all the main broadcasters in Holland, all the drama productions. Well, not all of them, but the majority of the bigger productions I worked on.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets.
Well, Mr. Fireback wants to become a great inspector, and a great inspector should solve a mystery.
Amsterdam is basically the concentration of all production activity. So I just went to Rotterdam. I thought I'm just going to step out a little bit. They had a local economic fund, and that's where I started the company. I started with some TV shows for the local network, which actually later was sold to the public networks, and some TV features. And then I had a period of 5 years where I was hired by another company to produce, I think I produced about 7 films in 5 years, mainly focusing on children and family entertainment. It's a significant market in Holland, locally produced Dutch family and children films. Like in 2014, you feel that market is also getting very overcasted by the Americans are still very dominant, and but there's also a lot of competition from other Dutch producers who want to get into that market, and there's just only so much viewers.
Für immer und ewig.
I did a lot of big co-productions in the company I worked for, with Belgium and Luxembourg. Feature films, basically, and 2 TV shows. And I thought it's a good time to step out again and start my own business. I can broaden the type of projects again. I'm in control of what we're going to make and what we're not going to make. I think Holland as a drama country, as a TV show country, actually is quite interesting, because there are, I'm not going to get into the whole public broadcasting system because it works in Holland a bit different than in the other countries, but we have, let's say, about 6 public broadcasters, bigger ones, and last year they announced that the annual budget overall, those 6, there's a holding above it who kind of controls what all the broadcasters do. They announced that they're going to keep the budget for drama series the same over the coming 5 or 10 years. They just want to, they cap it. It's not going to go up, but it's not going to go down either. So I think there's a lot of interesting formats and ideas being developed by the local talent, by the Dutch writers, the Dutch directors.
Even, je moet naar school. Even, kom op. Oh!
I think the biggest problem we face is that all the money has to be divided over the 6 broadcasters. So the level of quality is quite high, but we don't seem to reach the international level. And I think it has something to do with money. It's being spread out over more than one project. And it's difficult to get all those decision makers into one view, like, listen, if we want to move with our development of our TV shows to an international market, maybe we should change our approach. If the decision makers in the public broadcasting world, if they are already aware that the world around them is changing rapidly, and that they should come up with a policy working towards that changing environment. I'm not sure if they were aware that that's going on.
Hey!
There was a show in 2012. It was called Penosa. Penosa is the Dutch word for mafia. Actually, Penosa is the word for mafia, but Penosa has an A. We changed the E into an A, so it has a female connotation. And it's about a woman who has to take over her husband's mafia business because her husband gets shot. Episode 1. After 20 minutes, he's gone. And she needs to take over, and she finds out that actually he was way more deep into bad business than she thought. and she's being threatened by the other mafia. Apparently there's a lot going on that she didn't know, and she has to protect her family. So it's told from a women's perspective, a strong female lead.
Tegen zijn schenen, maatje, kom op.
Waarom?
Het is allemaal jouw schuld. Het is allemaal jouw schuld dat papa dood
Ben ik
is.
alleen?
It's a mafia story, but it's also a family drama. It combines both. She's also cooking and doing shopping and making homework. So there's and that of course leads to a lot of tension because there's a lot of trouble going on. And the kids, she doesn't want to get the kids involved. And anyway, so it's a very it's almost psychological drama, but it's also very exciting. So I think there was a broad audience who really liked it. It was on one of the public channels. It was very. I mean, they made a second season, a third season.
Heel goed oppassen, ja.
Of met me uitgaan?
Internationally, it did sell as a remake. So it was sold to the United States and to Poland. In the United States, it was remade as The Red Widow for ABC. I'm not sure if the show worked out that well because they stopped after one season. It was quite different also than the Dutch show. And it was sold to Poland. So that is interesting. But what strikes me more, and of course the Dutch are, we think we have a very talented, we have a lot of talent which will come up with a lot of nice TV drama series ideas.
Weet je wel wie jij beschermt? Die idioot die familie van jou, hè?
We all look at the Scandinavians. What happened there? What made it? What did they do to make that strong local product? And how did they get it across to the world? Not only as a remake, The Killing was remade and The Bridge and everything, but it was also internationally sold. And it kind of paved the way for more coming from Scandinavia. We are very interested, we as the Dutch are very interested in what happened there over a period of time, what made that possible.